Was really interesting. This UNGA takes place at a moment when the world is in total peril. Um, we are feeling a huge sense of despair around the world. So just listening to some of the presidents around the world speak at the United Nations General Assembly, it gave me some hope, but did not remove the despair. Because I listened to the president of South Africa, Cyril, I listened to Lula, I listened to the president of Colombia, and I also listened to King Abdullah II from Jordan. And they didn't use these words, but I just feel like the common thread was abuse of power. That those who have power are simply abusing it. Whether it's in the UN, whether it's in the world, those who really have power to do something are abusing their power. And the Colombian president was quite stark in his message that the power of destruction of humanity is what is heralded in the world. Those who have power to save the planet, those who have ambitions to ensure that humanity coexists with Mother Nature are not heard. For me, it was a stark message about the level of powerlessness that good seems to have in today's world, so that what's happening is might, military, money is what is driving the world today. So this is the underlying message I could listen to from all these speeches from the presidents. And everyone then questions whether the UN is useful. And I think we need a body like the UN, without doubt. There are many problems with it, but I do not see how the world can be better without the UN, because at least it offers a stage where important representatives of people can express what the majority world feels. And each one of these presidents that I talked about flag posted what is happening in Gaza, and now also what is happening in Lebanon, a total destruction of humanity. Despite all UN resolutions, despite demands from millions and millions of people protesting all over the world.
So, Arthur, what needs to happen for this situation to change, and who should be involved in making those changes?
Yeah. First of all, we need to ensure that these voices of hope are not silenced. So I still value the fact that a space like the UN exists, because where would we have had these inspirations? I think the might and power of military dictatorships and autocracy, it thrives when people are not united. And I think the United Nations, despite all its flaws, still does present a space for a diversity of voices, from Jordan to Brazil to Colombia to South Africa to every part of the world. So, but listening to these voices of despair, I just felt that maybe we don't need to fight might with might, because I think that we destroy humanity the more we play to the message that the Colombian president was saying, that those with the highest capability to destroy humanity are the ones who are hurt. So I don't think responding and playing to that game of might is the solution. So what do I think is the solution? It's a tough one, but two words, one is love and another one is honesty. Why love? I think if only a small bit of love, as small as a mustard seed, could enter into the hearts of those who believe in might, all we are seeing could actually end. We need to love one another. We need to love humanity. And you can't love if you're a racist. You can't. So behind all this is a belief that some lives are more important than others. That's not love. So I think this is what we need. It sounds moralistic. It sounds like a theory, but in reality, if I love you, I will not hurt you. This is, for me, fundamental. It's not how the rest of the world can marshal the military needed, to defeat those who are committing all the atrocities we see in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Sudan, in DRC, in Haiti. The response should not be more brutality. So love, I think, is one thing. The other one is honesty. I think the powers that be, especially the US and many of its allies, are just simply dishonest. They say one thing, support the other. So if only the powers that be were honest about their, love for humanity, I think all this would come to an end. Because the world, I believe, is big enough to accommodate everyone. Whether you're a Palestinian, you're an Israeli, you're a Ugandan, you're a Pakistani, you're a South African. We have been blessed with this heritage called the world, and it's enough for all of us. And so, a big shift needs to happen around the mentality that is driving destruction. And I think it's a mentality that I was reminded recently by one of my colleagues in ActionAid, a scarcity mentality. When you are driven by a mentality of scarcity, you want to grab. You want to grab people's land. You want to grab people's property. You want to grab because you feel that everybody must fight over the little. And that's not what the world offers. All that we are fighting for is produced by the world. It's enough for everyone. So I think the mentality of scarcity, mainly driven by greed, is what the fundamental systems change should be about. And if you adopt a mentality of plenty, you realize that when I have, I give. And when you have, you give. And we share. I see myself in you. You see yourself in me. If this is what was driving the so-called powerful people, we would have peace in the world. This is still the hope I believe every single person in the world needs to hang on to. That there will be a day when we all can love one another and share our common humanity. Then the world will change for the better.